Should the Bears be concerned about their wideouts?
Let me go first on this one. Absolutely. Absolutely. Listen, A-Rob wants 17 plus. What was the franchise tag? Nearly 18 million.
Franchise tag was nearly 18. Yeah.
He's not worth $18 million. With $18 million in his pocket right now. He's not. AB gets whatever his name. When A-Rob gets shut down way too much.
I was like, AB.
I know. Hey, listen, I'm looking at everybody else. Don't worry about it. A-Rob gets shut down way too much. We got excited about Mooney because guess what? Mooney was making plays and catching the rock when it was thrown in his direction. A-Rob ain't did that for us. The only interesting stat about him is all through this whole transition, he put up a lot of yards. But guess what? You were the only target. Of course you're going to put up the yards. Of course you're going to get those opportunities. You were the only target. You're the only person I could throw to.
That's a good point.
But now that we actually got someone comparable to you, someone with the same speed, someone who could actually make a play.
Better
guess
speed,
what?
actually.
Better speed. Even proves my point even more. Guess what? You're not that great no more. You're not worth that money. But you walking out there like you're worth that money. But guess what? Big-time players make big-time plays. You ain't made them. So why am I paying you the money? So I absolutely, everyone trash Pace for not paying them. No, I wouldn't pay that man either. Because you ain't showed me enough on film and on the field to make me pay you. Put me in a position where I got to cut the check.
I think the scary part about bringing Pace into it is he's paid much worse players.
Oh, absolutely. I give him that.
That's the scary part about when you bring Ryan Pace into the equation. So let's just keep him out because he's paid much worse players. Now, as far as wideouts, let's go receiving core in general. But the wideouts are the ones that we focus in on because they drop 2 big passes. Am I concerned about it? You got to show me this season with a real quarterback for me to be concerned about it because what we can say a lot about Allen Robinson, we can't say he's had a good quarterback. And he has produced with the thing is producing with mediocre quarterbacks that those 1,000-yard seasons, those 1,300-yard seasons. Like it's like you turn nothing into something. I get you're the only option, but that doesn't make it easier for you.
No, it doesn't make it easier.
When you're the only option, that's like when a lot of people talk about Robert Quinn being the only option in Dallas. We paid him because he was the only option in Dallas. It's like, well, that makes it harder. When Khalil Mack was the only option, guess what they did? They stuck 4 people on that side, and they said, stop him. Everybody else will figure out. Like, being the only option doesn't make it easier. So, to me, but I will say this.
But it absolutely gets you paid. Because it allows you to have the opportunity.
You got to produce, though.
It allows you to have the opportunity. And Allen Robinson wants to get paid off of the simple fact that he suffered through having some bad QBs and put up some decent stats. But realistically,
not decent,
again.
Though. It's not decent.
Oh, it's not decent.
We're talking about top 10 receiver in the NFL stats.
He wants 18 mil.
He wants 18 mil. And here's the.
And he got close.
And here's the thing.
He got close. He's within $1 million.
He's got it. Or what is it? 17. He's got on the franchise,
or something like that. 17.4. He's close. So guess what? Show me what I'm paying for.
Exactly. But and I'm here for that. I'm not concerned about Allen Robinson until Allen Robinson gives me a reason to be concerned. I saw that.
He didn't give you a reason the first 2 games?
Here's the thing. He's got to do it. But I've also seen Allen Robinson have a bad game and absolutely respond. When we talk about Jalen Ramsey shutting down Allen Robinson, Jalen Ramsey last year shut down DeAndre Hopkins.
Oh, absolutely.
Jalen Ramsey last year shut down Devontae Adams.
Absolutely.
He did get burnt on that play, though.
Oh,
he got burnt bad on that play. He was talking big stuff. He was like, boy, that boy fat. But he did he shut down?
It don't even matter. But the thing is, when you put yourself out there, you bound to get burned.
Yes.
That's it.
He shut down some of
he's an elite defender.
The best receivers in the NFL. So for us to look at game 1 and say you got shut down, I can't say that. My problem in game 2 is this: two receptions on 4 targets. And a lot of people look at that and say Matt Nagy's not targeting Allen Robinson. But when I'm looking at the tape, it looks more like Allen Robinson is in a position for 50-50 balls because he doesn't have that speed to separate from the defender.
Yeah.
He's got great speed, but guess what? The guys on the other side do too.
Yeah.
So you have to be able to separate, and then you have to be able to secure the 50-50 ball. If you want that 18 mil, I'll pay you that 18 mil. You have to come down with the 50-50 ball. A lot of people on the live the other day talking about that first pass was a 50-50 ball. No, that ball hit him in the chest. And he fell into the end zone with it.
Agree.
Great catch, but he fell into the end zone with it.
Elite receivers create separation, and they absolutely make those plays.
I'm fine with you not creating separation because let's be real though. Randy Moss is famous for what? He's not creating separation.
Oh, I'm awesome.
He's famous for, it don't matter if you're in front of me or not.
I'm going to make it.
I'm taking this ball.
Hey, listen.
Did Randy Moss have great speed?
Chad
Absolutely.
Johnson tell you I'm opening in a phone booth for 3 defenders around. Listen,
I love Chad.
that.
I love
That's
Chad.
my guy.
But this is the thing. He was. He was. And so to me.
And A-Rob ain't got that.
And so to me, but I can't single out A-Rob because listen, Darnell Mooney. And look, I know, I think
the passes he got.
I think the pass
more difficult than the passes that A-Rob
well,
dropped.
he put it in his chest.
I get.
He
but
put
he was
it in
already
his chest.
going down.
He put it. He was going down.
Already going down.
He put it in his chest.
I need to add that I feel that Allen Robinson actually gets kind of like a bad deal because I've seen him make some acrobatic, hard catches that he has to get. So it's like I don't understand why all of a sudden people are ragging on him. It's like he's had to suffer not being able to catch or get passes thrown to him that he needs that in terms of put in the right position for him.
The reality is he's getting ragged on because he wants that money. He wants that money now.
But here,
and that's it. That's all it is.
I won't pay you on past performance like Ryan Pace
do
did either. Ryan Pace pays a lot of people on past performance, or he pays them on things they can't replicate. Eddie Jackson is paid right now because he had a 6 interception season, and from a safety, that's
not
dang near impossible to replicate.
That's not going to happen.
We'll see if he can do it this year with a good front line. But to me, I'm not worried about A-Rob until we continuously see A-Rob with a quarterback that's putting the ball in his hands.
The problem is he got 2 of them right now.
He's got 2 of them.
Dalton can absolutely make them passes.
But listen.
And Justin can absolutely make them passes.
He
has no excuses.
He caught his touchdown from Dalton. He dropped 2 from Justin. If you continuously do that, because here's the thing. I'm not impressed by catches in the middle. Julio Jones is great for what reason? He's great. He's a great speed, great hands.
He's elite.
What does he not do?
He don't score.
When I'm paying
he's
you,
not end zone.
When I'm paying you $18 million, it's because you're scoring in the end zone. It's because you're standing at the end of the day getting a touchdown.
Now, for my education, now y'all can help me out. Is $18 million considered elite money?
$18 million is considered top 10 wide receiver money. Adams is probably gonna get 18. I think D-Hop got 18. Julio definitely had 18.
Julio definitely getting 18.
You know what I'm saying? It's top 10 receiver money, and I think I don't take.
Is A-Rob those guys?
He's not top 5. The guys I just said are top 5.
Yeah.
So he's top 10, 5 money.
He's top 10 though.
So he shouldn't be getting 18.
18 is top 10.
He should be getting 14.
18 is top 10 money. 18.
You just named 4 guys that made 18. Not all top 10 are getting 18.
No, listen. Those are people those are the ones that people say are the top 4 in the league though.
Yeah, but who are the other guys and how much are they making? Not everyone's making $18 million at that position.
No, because a lot of the guys that are the new guys up, they haven't come to that contract yet. So
that's a good point.
They're gonna get that contract. You know what I'm saying? A lot of the
eventually
top
they're gonna get
that money, and the money's continuously going up. So.
I see Mooney getting that before he does.
Well, it would have the decision would have to be made this season.
Mooney has less drops.
Wait, you said Mooney getting 18 million?
I see Mooney separating himself from A-Rob as an elite receiver before A-Rob actually shows he's worth 18 million.
That's a hot take.
That's a real hot take.
That's super hot.
That's a real hot take. Make sure you clip that up. That's on fire. Hey, listen, there's a reason he's sweating right now.
Hey, listen.
He's been holding that take in for 15 minutes.
For what it's worth, he has less drops. Way less drops. I looked it up before I came. He has less drops.
Over his career or just last season?
Over his career.
How long has he been in the league? He just got here.
When you say over his career, I mean, you proved my point.
Well,
I mean, what are you saying?
No, I'm saying all we're comparing it to is last season.
However.
So he had less drops than A-Rob last season.
Less drops than A-Rob last season.
Yeah, he only dropped 2 passes.
And so far, right now, he's only dropped 1 pass.
Oh, that one that was a touchdown. But here's the thing.
A-Rob dropped 2.
But okay, agree.
He dropped 2 critical passes.
I agree, but
so at this point, he's looking at the more favorable target.
And the weird thing is,
he's faster and more athletic.
Here's the caveat to me, right? Here's the thing that nobody brings into it. We're all looking at the wideouts. We're all looking at Justin. We're all looking at Andy. It comes back to a point that you brought up many a times. Listen, if your offense is 2 deep shots, then guess what? Yeah, you look bad. Because you dropped the only 2 deep shots of the game.
Which means that you're not scheming properly.
The fact that the rest of the team, or the rest of the game plan is 10 yards.
You're not scheming properly.
I was just saying that, like, it's just because the fact that those throws are so far and few in between. I literally had that thought earlier today.
Listen, think about it. And I said this in the video today. Think about it. What are the two big plays that changed that game?
The 2 big plays are running plays, basically.
No, what are the 2 big plays that changed that game?
Oh, well, the drop passes for one that were deep, that will obviously change the game. But I mean, if you're just
but that's what I'm
off the top
saying.
of my head,
I'm saying the only two big plays of that game were those two throws. The rest of that was just You know what I'm saying? When we're talking about the rest of the game, or when we're talking about Matt Nagy in general, it's always, if Javon Williams comes down with that catch, we got a different game. If Allen Robinson comes down with that catch, we got a different game. It shouldn't be that. I said it today. You should have 250 to 300 yards in between your 20s. And then you should have your big plays in the end zone.
I think the reality of it is we finally got Matt Nagy to commit to a run game.
Yeah.
And it's showing out. And he's slowly but surely easing into that thing. However, I think it's more of a protection reason. I think he's afraid because I don't think either one of those QBs could perform the way that they need them to perform. Let me add some color to that. He's coming from KC. What does Pat Mahomes do really well? That man improvises and throws deep like he
plays
well.
Me and shout out to J-Mar. Me and J-Mar were talking about this. I said Lamar Jackson plays football like it's street ball. Pat Mahomes plays football like it's baseball.
Interesting take. What do you mean?
Have you ever seen how he throws the ball? He throws the ball like a shortstop. A lot of those crazy plays are like, I'm throwing it out. I'm throwing it. I'm making but he grew up playing baseball as well. He plays football like it's baseball, and he does some of the most amazing things I've ever seen with a football. And I'm watching him throwing it, and I'm like, that's a shortstop.
No,
that's a shortstop that just did that. Lamar Jackson is playing like.
Lamar Jackson be slinging that thing too. He has a nice little. He be throwing.
And you gotta live with it. And you gotta live with it. You gotta live with it because he will overthrow you by 15 yards too.
But if he gets you on target, it look like it hurt.
But I mean, at the end of the day, am I worried about our wideouts? No. If it continues, yes. We're in week 2. I'm not going to overreact.
I'm worried about it for 2 reasons. Are they going to have the opportunities to actually prove that they're worth their salt?
Yes.
Not on the short plays.
No. Oh, you're talking about scheme-wise?
Because guess what? It's one of the things that Coach T said in our live that absolutely made sense is the plays take too long to develop. And our pocket collapse before the receivers get to the end of their route. Or even close to it.
Here's my problem with that statement. Because I did hear it. I remember Coach T said that.
And it made sense.
The pockets, what are we calling the pocket collapsing? If we're calling the front blitz the pocket collapsing, Aaron Donald did that one time.
Side.
The sides do come in. That's how your pocket's supposed to work.
That's how it's supposed to work. That's why it's called a pocket.
That's how you create a pocket.
But they collapse.
No, here's the difference. Here's the difference. Watch with Andy early in that game. Andy drops back. Takes the same drop back as Justin did. He steps forward. On that fumble, Justin dropped back. There was an opportunity for him to step forward. He's quicker than Andy. He didn't step forward. It took him a little bit too long to make a decision. Those are the small things that he has to improve upon, like we were saying in the last segment, that are going to improve this offense as a whole. So when I'm looking at are the wideouts the problem, it still comes back to that same thing. I've got a problem with the scheme. We're judging Allen Robinson on two.
I have a problem with the scheme. That's what I'm going to.
But we're judging Allen Robinson on 2 catches. The only thing
he only had a chance.
He only had 4. The only thing I have a problem with Allen Robinson with is if you can't get the separation, you have to be Randy Moss-like. Maybe not that ilk. Randy Moss was a god at it, but you have to be of that caliber.
I circle back to Nagy on he needs to scheme it better.
I agree.
He has to call plays that can be executed faster.
And you have listen.
And he has to give them routes that they could actually perform. Because I honestly believe that A-Rob is better than what he's shown. I do believe that. I just don't think he's worth $18 million. That's a big difference. So both of those things could be true. He could be better than what I've seen, but he's not $18 million.
You think he's 15?
Easy.
You think he's 15 million?
Easy. Look at what he's made. He's carved out a decent career with crap. So why wouldn't he be? It doesn't mean he's not capable. But is he Julio Jones? No, he's not those people. It's not even close.
That's when it gets petty right there. That's
it's
when it gets
close.
petty. And that's why it's petty casting over here. I don't know if I go that far, but I'll say this. I'm already knowing. Already knowing.
Room full of dudes.
Hey, look.
Devontae Adams, A-Rob. Who you picking?
Devontae Adams.
Well, Devontae
That's not even a question.
Julio Jones, A-Rob. Who you picking?
Julio. I will.
Listen.
I give you another one. He's had a bad going this last couple games.
The problem
DK Metcalf, Who? A-Rob. Who you picking?
I'm picking DK.
DK.
Easily, right?
But here's the thing.
He's a man.
But
That's a grown man right there, right?
Listen. That is the greatest highlight of 2020.
Hey, he hawked that man
when
down.
Hey, look, have you heard the mic up? When he's like, hey, how he catch me?
Hey, Cooper.
Right.
Hey, Cooper. A-Rob.
So listen.
A-Rob.
So listen.
A-Rob.
So listen.
What? I'm picking Cooper.
A-Rob.
Cooper Cup over. I pick A-Rob over.
A-Rob.
You see how you got to think about it?
I'll think about it.
If you got to think about it,
A-Rob.
that means it ain't worth it. Hey, listen, what's the next topic for us? We got to roll into it.
That's what I'm saying. Cause you got a little petty at the end of that, and I know you got this narrative coming. That's definitely gonna keep the petty going.
Oh, let's do it.
Ladies and gentlemen, coming to the stage,
Let's do it.
Petty Casanova.